so today I have a beginner slash intermediate, more toward like the upper level beginner, lower level intermediate, I think, piece to a really fantastic song that's been around for a long time and still has as much hype as it ever did, All About That Bass by Meghan Trainor. Now, there are two different ways we can do this. We can do the original, or we can do the Postmodern Jukebox version. Now the Postmodern Jukebox version is a little bit slower than the original, but the way you run your dance, the way that you practice it, you can choose either one. We'll be using the Postmodern Jukebox version so that this can be a little bit slower in instruction. But once you know the dance, you can try it to the original. It's pretty quick, but it's a lot of fun. All right, so anyway, let's get started. Okay, so you have full lap, heel, stamp, stamp, click, heel, heel. Now what does that mean? I got you. You have two full lap heels, and then stamp, stamp. You click your heels together, and then you drop your right heel and then your left heel. And that's rhythmically a 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is because that's I'm all about that bass, no treble. I'm all about that bass, no treble. Make sense? So it goes right with the words. You do this 3 times. 3 times in its entirety. So try it with me. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go lap, heel, stamp, stamp, click, heel, heel. Go lap, heel, stamp, stamp, click, heel, heel. Go lap, heel, stamp, stamp, click, heel, heel. Let's do that one more time. 5, and then I'll finish the lap. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go lap, heel, stamp, stamp, click, treble. I'm all about that bass, no treble. I'm all about that bass, no treble. Then, the last line of it, you have 2 options. The intermediate option is to do 4 faster drawbacks. The beginner option is to do 2. So the beginner option goes 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So you got step, spank, heel, step, spank, heel. Step right, spank left, drop right heel, and then same on the left. Step left, spank right, drop left heel. So that's the beginner version, or if you want to do the intermediate, there's 4 drawbacks. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a, well, 3 and a half, 3 and a third. Step, spank, heel, step, spank, heel, step, spank, heel, step. But only if you want to. For the purposes of this, because it is a beginner level tutorial, I'll be doing the slower version. So that's 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And then you have step, step, heel, heel. And that's on her. Bass, 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 bass. Okay? So that last part was step, spank, heel, step, spank, heel, step, step, heel, heel. So let's add that to the full lap heel. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Go lap, heel, stamp, stamp, click, heel, heel. Go lap, heel, stamp, stamp, click, heel, heel. I'm all about that bass, no treble. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? One more time, then we'll try with music. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm all about that bass, no treble. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, and. A 1, 2, a 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, and. Step, spank, heel, step, spank, heel, step, step, heel, heel. All right, let's give it a try. And actually, before we start that, I do want to talk about the cramp roll one more time before we actually do it with music. So if you're doing it to the original Meghan Trainor version, when she says bass, 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 that's going to be 5, 6, and 7. Very syncopated, nice, right? Because you're following her words. Postmodern Jukebox version, a little bit different. It's going to be more 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be straighter because the bass line is just going 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an upright bass this time. And that's when the singer starts coming up and then she's going to take over because the bassist is the one going, I'm all about that bass. So watch the video, it's really, really funny. But, so that last line, since we're doing Postmodern Jukebox, is going to be 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very straightforward. But if you're doing the Meghan Trainor version, follow her rhythm with her voice. All right? Let's do it. And actually, I'm going to bring this over here. If I remember correctly, you have 0 time for me to count you in. He goes, because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble, and that's it. You get because you know. That's it. And he just starts right away, so I can't even count you in. Just know that it is. Because you know I'm all about that bass. Okay? Let's try to do this together. I chose a song without any intro, but it'll be a lot easier for me to press play over here. So let's do this.
Because you know I'm all about that.
Okay. See what I mean? There's no intro. So let's try it. I'm going to try to give you 7, 8. Sometimes it's not going to work though, so let's do it.
Because you know I'm all about that.
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
So that's the beginning. I think that went pretty okay. Can we keep going? We're going to keep going. If you need to go back, great, go back, do it again, meet me back here, right? So that beginning was the whole falappial section, and then 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, let's do that one more time, and this time I'm going to do the faster drawbacks for any of you guys that are doing them, okay? Because that's going to go a 1, 2, a 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 5, 6, 7, and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, 6, 7, 8. So let's do that one more time with music. If you're doing the slower drawbacks, totally fine. Keep doing the slower drawbacks. All right? I'm just going to show the faster ones.
Because you know I'm all about that.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. I didn't know that.
Okay, so moving on. You have paradiddle, 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 stamp, chuck. So that's 3 paradiddles, big swing, step, heel, big swing, step, heel, big swing, step, heel, and then you have stamp, chug. So that's stamp, and then chug your foot forward. All right, so do that with me. 5, 6, 7, 8. Paradiddle, 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 stamp, chug. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, stamp, chug. Then you do it again, but this time there's 2 chugs. 5, 6, 7, try it. Goes 1, 2, 3, stamp, chug, chug. So they're quick. So the first one goes 7, 8. The second one goes 7 and 8. So you're just scooting your foot forward. Forgot a word, the most important word. The thing you move forward. You're scooting your foot forward twice. All right, so 3 paradiddles, stamp, chug. 3 paradiddles, stamp, chug, chug. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, stamp, chug. 1, 2, 3, stamp, chug, chug. Let's do that again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, stamp, chug. 1, 2, 3, stamp, chug, chug. So you actually have to put your weight on that so that you can do the next paradiddle. Both times, just put your weight on it. Then, let me keep going, the next part's not that bad. So you just did stamp, chug, chug. You have 2 stamp toe, heel toes. So the unfolding step that I really love. It's stamp, toe, heel, toe, stamp, toe, heel, toe. So you stamp your right foot, move your right toe, move your right heel, move your right toe. Put all of your weight on it at that point. Do it with the left. Stamp, toe, heel. So you just finished your paradiddles. You do 1, 2, 3, stamp, chug. 1, 2, 3, stamp, chug, chug. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then the last step of this phrase is 2 maxi-fords and a ball change. So you have step, shuffle, from toe, step, shuffle, from toe, ball. Now, this is why it's upper level intermediate, or upper level beginner, sorry. You have 2 maxi-fords, there's no space in between them. They have a little bit of a syncopated rhythm, which means that the downbeat is on an unexpected beat. It's on the and. So you've got step, shuffle, from toe, step, shuffle, from toe, ball, change. You have 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8. So there's no space between it. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8. Do that with me one more time, then we'll add it from the paradiddles. Maxi-ford. 5, 6, 7, 8. Step, shuffle, from toe, step, shuffle, from toe, ball, change. Okay, so now let's go back to paradiddles. 5, 6, 7, 8. Paradiddle. 2, 3, stamp, chug. 1, 2, 3, stamp, chug, chug. Stamp, toe, heel, toe, stamp, toe. Maxi-ford. Step, shuffle, from toe, step, shuffle, from toe, ball, change. Okay? Can we try with music? Just that part. Then we'll go back to the beginning. Also, if you heard a weird remix sound during that, it was my cat sneezing again. And if you want to catch the funniest video I've ever made in my whole life, go to my Instagram and find the video of Sayuri remixing one of my songs with a sneeze. It's amazing. All right, just that part. From paradiddle. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. I did not have you, and I can shake it. Da da boom boom. That all I was a vixen, all the I see those magazines.
Okay, so that's how it sounds. Let's do that one more time, just that part, and then we'll add it from the top.
I'm all about that bass, about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, about that bass,
Ready?
no trouble.
Paradiddle. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1,
Yeah, it's
2,
pretty clear.
3,
I did not
step,
have
chug.
you,
1,
and I can
2,
shake it.
3, step, chug, chug. Stamp, toe, heel, toe, stamp, toe, heel, toe. Step, shuffle, from toe, step, shuffle, from toe, ball.
I see those magazines working.
Okay, let's go from the top. So we're going to add it to the all about the bass, about the bass, no trouble, and then into the drawbacks, and then into paradiddles. So let's do it.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, about that bass, no trouble.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. I did not have you, but I can shake it. Da da boom boom. That all I was a vixen, all the right young, all the right. I see those magazines.
All right, so that's how it sounds. This time I'll call it out.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, about that bass, no trouble.
Again,
All about that bass, about that bass, no trouble.
one more time.
All about that bass, about that bass, no trouble.
Drawbacks. Paradiddle. 1,
Yeah, it's pretty clear. I did not have you, but I can shake it.
2 chugs. Stamp toe.
Da da boom boom. That all I was a
Maxi-ford.
all the right
on, okay? Just one more time. This is a short and sweet combination today.
Because you know I'm all about that.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep going, but if you need to go back, as always, that's fine, totally do that. Go back, do it as many times as you need to. Meet me back here when you're ready. All it takes is a pause, rewind, and scrub feature, okay? All right. So the next part, we just did maxi-ford, maxi-ford ball change. This next part, you have two options. The beginner option is to go dig, step, dig, step. If you want to take it up a notch, you do 5 count reps. And a 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4. They're kind of quick though. It'd be really, really quick. So just make sure that if you want to do the 5 count reps, you stay in the tempo. So I'm going to be doing dig steps for the purpose of the tutorial, but I will do one run with the 5 count reps for you guys. So you just did all the right and all the right way 6. If you're doing the 5 count riff, it starts right away. And a 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4. If you're doing the dig step, it goes all the right and all the right way 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 2 of them, and yours starts on 1. If you're doing 5 count riff, it starts on and up 1. So you got dig, step, and then no matter which one you did, the next part is the same. Shuffle, 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 step. And you want to keep that as even as you can. It's 5 and 6 and 7, 8. It is not 5 and 6 and 7, 8. So try to keep it even. 5 and 6 and 7, 8. And then you do it again on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. So whether you're doing the riffs or the dig steps, the second part is the same. So I'm going to do it with the dig steps. We're going to do right and left. 5, 6, 7, 8. Dig, step, shuffle, 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 step, dig, step, shuffle, 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 step. Let's do it one more time. This time I'm going to do it with the 5 count riffs, but if you're doing dig steps, do it, okay? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 5 and 6 and 7, 8. And a 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4. 5 and 6 and 7, 8. The riffs are there if you want a challenge, but really I'm gonna go back to doing dig step. Okay, so one more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 6 and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Then your right foot's free. You have 2 paradiddles. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You have toe, toe, ball, change. So that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then your right foot's free with toe, toe, ball change. Okay, so that paradiddle, paradiddle, toe, toe, ball change rhythmically goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's just toe, toe, tap it twice, and then ball change. And it's very straightforward. 5, 6, 7, 8. So you've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's add that to the dig step section. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Paradiddle, paradiddle, toe, toe, ball, change. Then the last thing you do is 3 flat ball changes. And I do have an option to make it, so this is the only line that is like, I'm doing the intermediate version, because that's how it's choreographed, but I have a beginner option for those that need it. But the choreography as is goes full lap, ball change, full lap, ball change, full lap, ball change, stay. So that's 3 full lap ball changes. Now, why isn't that the beginner version? It's just full lap ball changes. It's the speed. Well, hello, sir. Do you want to show the beginner version while I show the intermediate version? No? Okay, bye. All right, so it's really quick because you just did 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. So if that's a little bit too fast for some of the beginners, that's okay. You can replace it with full lap heels just like the beginning. Full lap, heel, full lap, heel, full lap, heel. And I can show you that as well with the music. So you just did 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Right away you would go and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. So just do the last part. Full lap ball change, full lap ball change, full lap ball change, stand. 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7. You hold at it's in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7. So that and of 7, nothing. Nothing there. All right, go from paradiddle, paradiddle, toe, toe, ball change into the last line. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. All right, this time I'll do it one more time. I'll do the heels, the full lap heels. But if you're doing full lap ball changes, you do you. 5, 6, 7, 8. Paradiddle, paradiddle, toe, toe, ball, change, full lap, heel, full lap, heel, full lap, heel. All right, let's go back to the dig steps. And then we'll talk through the whole thing, and then we'll do the whole thing, because that is actually the end of the piece. So, back to the dig steps, or the 5 count riffs. If you're doing 5 count riffs, that's where those go. So you have 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. All right, just that part with music.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. I ain't no size two, but I can shake it, shake it like I'm supposed to do.
Almost there.
That boom boom. That
For the maxi-fords song, I'm starting with dig step. 5, 6, 7, 8.
I see those magazines, but they don't do the job. You know that stuff ain't real, but all the things are. If you got the thing, there is some conquer every inch of you. From the bottom to the top. She tell me down.
Okay, let's do that again. This time I'm going to do the ending with the full lap heels instead of the full lap ball changes, but I'm still going to do the dig steps, okay? But if you're doing the full lap ball changes at the end, again, as always, you do you.
Shake it like I'm supposed to do. That boom boom. They don't know what's a reason. All the right young.
5, 6, 7, 8.
I see those magazines, but they don't do the job. You know that stuff ain't real.
5, 6, 7, 8. Paradiddle.
If you got the thing, there is some conquer every inch of you. From the bottom to the top. She tell me down.
Okay, let's do it one more time. This time I'm going to do the 5 count riffs and the full lap ball changes at the end. But if you're doing the dig steps and the full lap heels, either or, you do you. So many different versions of this.
I do, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to do. That boom boom. They don't know what's a reason. All the right young.
5, 6, 7, 8.
I see those magazines, but they don't do the job. You know that stuff ain't real, but all the things are. If you got the thing, there is some conquer every inch of you. From the bottom to the top. She tell me down.
Okay, so that's the end of it. No, the end of the combination. So now let's go from the top. Just talk through it, and then we'll do it. We're gonna do it about 3 times, and then at the end, we're all, just for funsies, gonna try it to the original. the clean version of the original. But yeah, so going from the top, you have 3 sets of flap, heel, flap, heel, stand, stamp, click, heel, heel. Flap, heel, flap, heel, stand, stamp, click, heel, heel. Drawbacks, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 chug. 1, 2, 3, 2 chug. Stamp, toe, heel, toe, stamp, toe, heel, toe, maxi-fords. New part. 1, 2, shuffle, 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 step. 1, 2, shuffle, 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 step. Paradiddle, 2, toe, toe, ball, chink, pull up, ball, chink, pull up, ball, chink, pull up, ball, chink. Okay, let's try it. This time I'm doing the actual version of the choreography, so I'll be doing the slow drawbacks, I'll be doing the dig steps, and I'll be doing the flat ball changes at the end. But as always, you do you.
Because you know I'm all about that.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. I need no tattoo, but I can shake it, and I'm supposed to like that boom boom. They all know that it's all the body love, all the love. I suppose my disease, I get on for the time. You know the stuff ain't real, but when the things are, and you got new things, there is some talk of every inch of you, baby.
Okay, so let's do that again. This time I will do all of what I just did, but instead of the dig steps, I will replace it with the 5 count riffs, because that I think is the most difficult one that needs to be shown, because it's such a different, actually I'll do the drawbacks, the fast drawbacks. And after the maxi-ford, I'll do the 5 count riffs. Those are the transitions that are so difficult without being shown. So let's do it. Ready?
Because you know I'm all about that.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. I need no tattoo, but I can shake it, and I'm supposed to like that boom boom. They all know that this is all the body love, all the love. I suppose my disease, working on for the time. You know that stuff ain't real, but when the things are, if you got new things, there is some talk of every inch of you, baby. She tell me that way.
All right, let's do it one last time. I'm gonna go back to the first way I did it, which is with the slow drawbacks and the dig steps. Have some fun with it, get a little sassy. It's a sassy song, why not? All right, let's do it.
Because you know I'm all about that.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. I need no tattoo, but I can shake it, and I'm supposed to like that boom boom. They all know that this is all the body love, all the love. I suppose my disease, working on for the time. You know that stuff ain't real, but when the things are, if you got new things, there is some talk of every inch of you, baby. She tell me that way.
Okay, so just for funsies, like I said, we're gonna try it to the original Meghan Trainor version. The thing that you guys need to know about this is that some of the rhythms get a little bit different. Meghan spelled with an H. So, the rhythm that gets a little bit different is bass. Okay? So you've got all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, bass. 5, 6, and 7. So the cramp roll changes. The other thing that has a major change is that the flat ball changes at the end. When we did them just now, they were swung. A 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, because the singer swung them. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. But this is going to be a little bit straighter. A 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7. So less swung, a little bit more straight. Follow with what the singer is giving us. We are her accompaniment today. So hopefully this is a clean version, or you'll see one of those little fade out edits. That means it wasn't clean when I tried it. Ready?
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass. Yeah, it's pretty clear. I ain't no stars too, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to. I got that boom boom that all the boys shake. All the right jump, all the right places. I see the magazine, working up on the shop. We know that this ain't real. Come on, make it stop. If you pop in the building, just raise them up. Very in the business, but I don't do the cops. Yeah, my mama, she told me don't worry.
Okay, so that was a lot of fun, right? Couple extra things changed, which is why we're gonna do it one more time. The bass was fine. What I didn't anticipate changing was the stamp, chug, chug. And the first one is stamp, chug, chug. Now it's stamp, chug, chug. So there's a pause between the stamp, and then the 2 chugs get a little bit quicker. So let's do that one more time. Whatever happens, happens, guys. Just have fun with it, all right? Let's do it. And it was clean this time. You guys saw the cut, obviously.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass. Yeah, it's pretty clear. I ain't no stars too, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to. 'Cause I got that boom boom that all the boys shake. All the right jump, all the right places. I see the magazine, working up on the shop. We know that this ain't real. Come on, make it stop. If you got what you do, just raise them up. Very in the business, but I don't do the cops. Yeah, my mama, she told me don't worry about it.
All right. I can't believe I haven't choreographed this song yet, honestly. So, as always, I hope you guys had fun with it both ways. One of my favorite things about today's tutorial is that you really get to see how different a song is and how that can affect the way you dance it. 2 of the same exact song performed differently in different styles. One of them was more like a 1940s style, and then the other one was more like 2000s pop style, right? Almost hip-hop-ish, or retro hip-hop. What is that even called? Anyway, it has a retro feel, but with like a hip-hop beat. What is that? So you've got the 2 styles of music. You can't dance them the same. It wouldn't be right to dance them the same. The music isn't asking you to, and the feeling isn't there, you know? So changing the version of a song can totally change the dance. Whichever version you're doing it to, I hope that you are really enjoying it. As always, I take requests. Some of the steps, this is a beginner video, so a lot of the steps, if you had issues like with the maxi-ford or anything like that, I do have step tutorials. They will be in a link listed down below, so you can just click on that link. You'll get my whole list of step tutorials. And each of those videos goes through a step, start to finish, just focusing on that step. So it really helps you learn it. And then I have tons of other videos that you can check out in the beginner level. I've got some across the floor, I've got technique, I've got combinations galore, and I do listen to your suggestions for songs. So if you're like, hey, can you make one to this song? Let me know what level you want it. Otherwise I'm gonna make it like super freaking hard, and then you're gonna be like, I kind of wanted it intermediate. And I'll be like, oh, my bad. So if you want a specific song and you specifically want me to make that, I'd be happy to make it in the level that you're asking for. If enough people ask for like multiple levels of the same song, like Rain on Me, that's how that happened, I will make 2 different versions of the dance. So go ahead, post those comments below, feel free to ask me anything. And as always, thank you for dancing with me today.